We are at video number 0014. Work without attachment. The student is asking a question. I often feel torn between my spiritual longing and my worldly responsibilities. I wish to live a peaceful spiritual life, but I am surrounded by duties, family, career, and endless demands. Must I give up everything to make spiritual progress? The Guru replies, no. True spirituality does not demand that you renounce the world. It asks that you renounce your attachment to it. You need not escape from life. You must learn to live in it rightly. The Bhagavad Gītā teaches he who performs his duty without attachment, surrendering the results unto the divine, is not tainted by action, even though he engages in all kinds of work. This is from verse number 10 of chapter 5 Gita. This means that you can live amidst your family, perform your job, and fulfill every social duty and still grow spiritually. The key lies not in what you do, but how and why you do it. The student is asking another question. But how can ordinary work become spiritual? Isn't spirituality about meditation, prayer, and renunciation? The Guru replies, that is the misunderstanding of many seekers. Spirituality is not confined to a cave, a temple, or a mountain. It is a state of consciousness. When you work with selfish desire, thinking only of personal gain, your actions binds you to the world. But when you work with selfless dedication, offering every action as service to the divine, your work becomes worship. Whether you are a teacher, a farmer, a doctor, or a shopkeeper, it makes no difference. What matters is the intention behind your work. The student is asking another question. So, it is the motive that determines whether the same work becomes bondage or liberation. The Guru replies, exactly. Two people may perform the same action. Let us say both manage a business. The first works to accumulate wealth, fame, and comfort. His mind is full of anxiety, competition, and fear of loss. The second works with the same skill and effort, but with the spirit of offering. This is my duty. I act for the good of others and as service to the divine. The first becomes entangled in his work. The second becomes free through his work. This is the difference between the ignorant and the wise. The ignorant are attached to the fruits of their action. The wise act without expectation of reward. In such detached action, even the busiest person becomes a saint. The student is asking another question. But if I work without expecting any results, how will I stay motivated? Doesn't the desire for success drive action? The Guru replies, this is a subtle question. Desire can indeed move the body, but it cannot free the soul. The wise act not from desire, but from duty, love, and inner conviction. Let me explain. When you act from selfish desire, your energy is limited. You are anxious. Your joy depends on success. When you act from selfless purpose, your energy becomes boundless. Your joy flows from the action itself, not from its outcome. The Bhagavad Gītā calls this karma yoga, the yoga of detached action. Lord Krishna tells Arjun, you have the right to action, but not to the fruits thereof. Do not let the fruits of action be your motive, nor let your attachment be to inaction. This is verse number 47 of chapter 2 from Bhagavad Gītā. This means do your work sincerely, wholeheartedly, efficiently, but without clinging to what it will give you. Let the result unfold as it will, in harmony with the greater will of the universe. The student is asking another question. Then, what happens to the mind of one who truly acts without attachment? The Guru replies, such a one becomes serene, steady, and free. When you no longer depend on external results for inner peace, your heart becomes unshakable. Pleasure and pain, success and failure, these no longer disturb you. You realize that both are passing waves on the surface of life. You remain anchored in the deeper joy of your own inner being. This is true freedom. Not the freedom to avoid work, but the freedom within work. The student is asking another question. It sounds simple, yet I find it so difficult. How can I cultivate this attitude of detachment while still doing my duties sincerely? The Guru replies, it is indeed a gradual practice. Here are some steps to help you cultivate work without attachment. Number one, begin with awareness. Before starting any task, pause and remind yourself, I'm not the doer. I am an instrument of the divine. This simple shift transforms your attitude from ego centered to God centered. Number two, focus on the action, not the outcome. Do your best in every task. Then let go of worry about results. When the mind wanders to success or failure, bring it gently back to the present moment. Number three, offer every action as service. Mentally dedicate your work. Let this be for the benefit of others and the glory of the divine. This offering purifies the heart and lightens the burden of duty. Number four, accept results gracefully. Whatever comes, gain or loss, accept it as the will of the divine. Trust that every outcome has a purpose, even if unseen. Number five, find joy in the process. When you work with love, your work itself becomes meditation. Then, even the smallest act, a smile, a word of kindness, a well done duty becomes sacred. The student is asking another question. If one lives this way, what kind of life will that be? The Guru replies, a life of inner freedom, peace, and effortless joy. You will still act, but without tension. You will still strive, but without fear. Your success will not make you proud, and your failures will not break you. You will remain calm in the storm because you will have found the stillness within. Such a person lives in the world but is not of the world. like a lotus that grows in water yet remains untouched by it. This is the essence of work without attachment. The student is asking another question. So, to live spiritually does not mean to escape from the world, but to transform how we live in it. Guru replies, precisely. The true renunciate is not one who abandons his duties, but one who abandons his attachment to them. Work then becomes a sacred expression of devotion, a path to liberation and a blessing to all. When your hands are busy in the world, but your heart is resting in the divine, then you are free. When your hands are busy in the world, but your heart is resting in the divine, then you are free. The student is asking another question. Your words have cleared the mist from my mind. I now understand. Spiritual life is not in running away from life, but in living rightly, with selfless love and freedom from expectation. The Guru replies, yes, remember always, perform your duty with detachment, seeing the divine in all beings and in every act. In such freedom, peace shall find you, not when you escape the world, but when you embrace it with pure love. Remember always, perform your duty with detachment, seeing the divine in all beings and in every act. In such freedom, peace shall find you, not when you escape the world, but when you embrace it with pure love. Now we come to the table, which is summary, the essence of work without attachment. Karma Yoga, acting without selfish desire, offering all results to the divine. Attachment, clinging to success, reward, or recognition causes suffering. Detachment, doing one's duty sincerely without expecting or fearing outcomes. Worldly life, not a barrier to spirituality. It can become a sacred ground for growth through renunciation, letting go of the ego and sense of doership, not one's duties. Result, inner peace, self mastery, freedom from anxiety, and deep spiritual joy. Closing reflection for you: to work without attachment is to transform every moment into meditation, every action into offering, and every duty into devotion. Then life itself becomes a temple, and your heart becomes its eternal flame. To work without attachment is to transform every moment into meditation, every action into offering, and every duty into devotion. Then life itself becomes a temple, and your heart becomes its eternal flame. Hari Om.